Namaste, myself Dr. Rashmiya. In this video, let's see the working of VLOOK, HLOOK, XLOOK, COUNTA functions of Excel, which are useful in data analytics to visualize the data. Link to the dataset is given in the description box of the video. Let's take a look on VLOOKUP function. A VLOOKUP function in Excel allows you to search for a particular value in a column and returns another value from a different column but of the same row. This is what VXL will do. Means VXL will look for a value specified in a particular row and returns another value of a same row. This is the syntax VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP function contains 4 arguments. Lookup value is the first argument, table array is the second argument, and third argument is column index number, and last argument is range lookup. This lookup value will tell which value has to be searched first, and in the corresponding row another value which has to be returned will be mentioned in column index number, that is in the third argument. And what about this table range? The search range. This table array will contains the search range, means what all the columns it has to be included. This one you can get more clarified in the example. J7 will contain a lookup value. This lookup value has to be searched in the range mentioned in as the second argument, that is C2 to D19. This is the table range that has to be searched for the value that contains in the cell J7, and which value has to be returned? Of the second column. The second column means second column of the table array. Table array contains, in this formula, it contains only 2 columns. So in the second column the value has to be returned of the corresponding same row. And what about the last argument, range lookup? This range lookup could be 0 or 1. 0 means exact match, 1 means approximate match. So these values can be included in VLOOKUP. For more clarity, we will get into the dataset. This is the considered dataset. It is about product order details. Contains the columns such as order date, division, in which orders are taken and by whom, by which executive the orders are taken, and what is the product and what is the quantity and unit price of the product. And the last column is payment paid. What is the payment paid for the order? That's all. This is a very small sample data set considered. Fine. For the payment paid column, we have used a simple formula, that is multiplication. We can just multiply the unit price and quantity. This is E3 into F3. E3 into F3. This is the formula we have used. By multiplying the unit price and quantity, we will get the total price or total amount paid. For all the remaining cells, we have applied the same formula. Okay, next we will get into the VLOOKUP formula scenario. This is the scenario we have considered to use VLOOKUP formula. The scenario is like this: find item ordered at executive Kushal. So we need to find the product that is ordered at executive Kushal. So executive Kushal is here, and we need to find what is the product ordered at executive Kushal. So our formula could be like this. So J7 means in this cell. So in this cell we have the executive name Kushal. So Kushal has to be searched in the table array C3 to D19. So this is D and this is C. Our formula is having C2 to D19. So these two columns we have considered, C and D. C is having executive names and D is having item names. As we have to find the product item purchased from Kushal, we need to consider C and D columns. Fine. So and next, third part. What is this 2? What do you mean by this 2? This specifies the column index number. The return value should be returned from which column we need to specify in the table array. In the table array range, which column value has to be specified. So this is 2 here, and our table array is having 2 columns. One is C and one is D, and as our items are listed under D, it becomes 2. The value becomes 2. So second column. So second column, and Y is 0. We need exact match. So this is our VLOOKUP formula. We will see the working again. Equals VLOOKUP tab. Yeah, you can see the tooltip here. What all we saw, the arguments, parameters in the syntax previously, the same you can look here also. Okay, the first argument is lookup value. So our lookup value is present in J7. So J7 is having Kushal. You can type or you can click the cell, comma, and second argument is table array. As we need to look for the executive and the item, which executive has taken the order of which item, like this we need to find, right? So we are going to select this C and D. So C2 to D19. Next, as we need to find the particular item, that is the order taken from the Kushal. So in the table array, the item column belongs to second, column number 2. So we have typing 2 here and 0. See, approximate match, exact match what we discussed previously, that we can see. So yeah, you can see binder. So Kushal, our product name is binders. Okay, and next one more criteria we will select. we have considered one more criteria. Here we need to find the payment paid to the executive, to a particular executive. What is the payment amount paid to a particular executive? Here the executive considered is this, the name Gahan. Okay. What is the payment paid to the executive Gahan? We need to find. For this, our VLOOK formula is, as Gahan, this executive name belongs to the cell J13. We have typed J13 here, and these executive names are present in the column C. So we start from the column C to the payment paid is in the column G. So from C to G we have selected the columns. And next, the third argument is what? The column index number of the return value. Payment paid is present in fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our formula contains third part, the value 5. So 5, 0. Approximate match or exact match, whatever you want, you can add them. Yeah. One more time we will check the formula. VLOOKUP tab space. Our lookup value is present in J13, table array. From the executive we need to select, and payment paid, the amount we need to refer, that column is 5 according to the table array, and the match, which kind you want you can mention, and you can click enter. Okay, this is about our VLOOK formula. The same scenario or the same problem can be solved using index match combined formula. Index match combined formula also, it works as, it is similar to VLOOK, but it is more efficient than VLOOK. In a short while we can see how efficient it is. First we will see the formula for the same scenario. What could be the index match combined formula? So this is our VLOOK formula, and this is our index formula. As you remember, index will return the content specified, as well as match function will return the location required. Our index formula is having 3 parts, 1, 2 and 3. So index function is having 3 parts. So all the 3 parts we have mentioned here, the 3 arguments. Even the match function is also having 3 arguments, second one, and this is the third one. Fine. Our index formula, what is this first part in our index formula? It is a reference column. As our scenario is this. As our scenario is to find the payment paid to the executive, so and so. But payment paid is present in the column G. So the reference column is G2 to G19, and J13 is having the executive name. This specifies the row, and the third argument specifies the column number. In the row part, we have nested the match formula to find the row. What match formula is doing is, it is finding the row, particular row number. Yeah, that's what the match is doing. It will return the particular location. That location is considered as the row for the index formula. This is our idea. Okay, and what is present in C2 to C19? This is our C column. Executive name is present in the C column. Okay, in the particular column, we need to find the executive name Gahan, in which location it is, and this is the match type, whether you need exact or approximate. After that, this is the column. That's all. If you press enter, you can see the result. This we will see here. Equals index tab space, and you need to specify the column number, that is reference column G2 to G19, comma, the row number is taken from the match function, match of the cell, comma, the column where the match is present. This is the match type, exact or lesser value to the match or greater value to the match. You can see in the tooltip. Close it, comma, the third argument of index, click. Okay, now press enter. Yeah, you can see the result. So this is how you can use the index and match combination formula instead of VLOOK. Why this is preferred means we have reasons. We will see it shortly, which gives efficient results than VLOOKUP. Now we will see the comparison. Yeah, this VLOOK uses static data references while looking up the value, whereas index match uses dynamic data range while looking up the values. We will see this. And one more point is there, inserting or deleting a value is affecting the lookup value, whereas inserting or deleting a column does not affect the index match result. This we will see. Yeah, here we have the value obtained from VLOOKUP formula in this cell, and this cell is having value obtained using index match. Okay, now we will try to insert a column. You can see the difference in the result. Did you notice which result? Yeah, this result is replaced here. Instead of unit price is replaced instead of payment paid. Means it will get changed. Whereas in index, these insertion or deletion of columns will never affect our formula. That's why we say it is more strong, efficient than VLOOKUP. Index match combination formula is more efficient than VLOOKUP. We will remove this. We can see the result. Fine. We will see the other differences. VLOOKUP can only be used for looking up the values from left to right. Yeah, this is an important rule that has to be remembered while using VLOOKUP. Means our lookup value, if you come back to the syntax, this is the lookup value. This lookup value has to be the leftmost column of the table array. It cannot be present anywhere. So our table array should begin from left to right. The array should begin from left to right. That's all. Now, the reverse cannot be considered as our table array. Means from right to left could not be the table array, or it could not be the lookup value column. Whereas in index match, these restrictions are not applicable. It could be from left to right or from right to left. If applied, it is not going to be worked. And next point is VLOOKUP only can look up through vertical lines, that is columns, and not through the rows. Whereas index match can look up values through rows as well as columns. If you want to look up the values in the rows, you need to use HLOOKUP instead of VLOOKUP, whereas this single combined formula can be used to look up the values in row wise as well as column wise. This is the one more advantage we can see. And next limitation is that it has a limit of VLOOKUP has a limit for lookup value size that should not extend or exceed 255. So this is the limitation. There is no such limitation in the size or length of the matching values. That is the first argument. The first argument size is restricted to 255, whereas no such restrictions are applied in index match combined formula. And next difference is that in VLOOKUP, lookup value column should be the first column of the table array. This is very important to remember. What it says in VLOOKUP, lookup value column should be the first column of the table array. Whereas no such restrictions with lookup value. Means if we come back to the formula again, our lookup value is this. It should be the first column of the table array always. Yeah, here also you can see always lookup value should be the first column in the table array selected. That is J7 was having the executive name, and these executive names were present in a C column. So our C column is the first column of the table array. This is how we have considered or created our VLOOKUP formula. And next we will see one more method of using VLOOKUP formula. The first method is typing the formula in the formula bar directly, and one more direct method is there. That is our second method. Go to formula tab. There you can select the lookup option. In that you can go for VLOOKUP option. We will try this. Yeah, we need to go to the formula bar. In the formula tab, we need to select lookup and reference option. In this, we need to select VLOOKUP. Here we can enter VLOOKUP, that first argument value. This is the second argument value. that has to be entered, and this is the third argument value, and this is the fourth argument value you need to type. After typing, just click OK. Now, as it is applied, yeah, we will try to apply here. Formula tab, lookup and reference, lookup. Next, our lookup value. We can keep it aside. Our lookup value is present in the cell J18, and we need to consider the table array. From this to quantity, I will consider this is our and this is 0. After all this, click OK. Click Enter. Okay. You can see the same values. In these two ways, you can use VLOOKUP. This is one method and this is the other method. To solve the issues that are seen in VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP and other lookup functions, in the latest Excel versions, that is Excel 365, they have a new function that is known as XLOOKUP. So this XLOOKUP will solve these issues. What is this? We will see. XLOOKUP is a function that is different from both VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP function in that it is not independent, it's not dependent on direction. That is, VLOOKUP is totally dependent, that is on vertical direction, whereas HLOOKUP is dependent on the direction horizontal. So these dependencies are not applied in XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP does not have to search vertically or horizontally to locate or particular and populate a specific piece of information. So it is going to deal the lookup or search in a different way. The arguments needed in XLOOKUP are lookup value, lookup array, return array, and also match mode. If not found, what should be done? And the fifth argument is search mode. Yeah, this is our example. This is our lookup value, and second one is the lookup array, a third one is return array, fourth one is the match mode. One means what we will see, and the last argument is -1. -1 means what? The search mode -1 search mode means what we will see now. Okay. Match modes. So how many modes we have? 0 we have, -1 value we can have, 1 we can have. So 0 is a default option. If not found, an error will be shown. -1 means if the value is not found, it returns the next smaller item instead of error. 1 means it will return the next largest value if the exact match is not found. That's the value 1. 1 means the next largest value is returned. And next, search mode. In search mode, we have the options 1, -1, 2, -2. 1 means, of course, it is a default option. The search is performed from the first cell, first item, whereas -1 will do its search in the reverse order, that is from the last. It performs a reverse search starting from the last item. In the reverse order, it will start its search. This two, if the two value is used, it do the binary search. For binary search, the array has to be in the sorted order, that is ascending. Here also the array should be in a sorted order, that is descending order, it should be sorted. Then binary search could be applicable. So -1 means the items are searched from the last item. And on all the lookup values, the very first value is taken into consideration. It applies to VLOOK, HLOOK as well as XLOOK too. This XLOOKUP is, as it is applicable to higher versions, it could be seen in higher versions. In lower versions, we can't apply this XLOOKUP function. HLOOKUP is very similar to VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP works for a column, whereas HLOOKUP works for rows. Means horizontal lookup, this is vertical. VLOOKUP means vertical lookup, HLOOKUP means horizontal lookup. Here also we are having same 4 arguments. Lookup values, comma, table array. Third argument is row index number, and the fourth argument is range lookup. You can just see the note here, example here. HLOOKUP is having first argument as I16, comma, J5 is to M7, comma, 3, comma, 0. This is the third row. 3 means third row of a particular column, and I16 is having the lookup value which is present in the table range mentioned as the second argument, and fourth argument is the match, whether you need approximate match or you need exact match. Fine. Let's go into our data set. From this data set, I have taken only 4 or 5 rows. I'm going to take to show you how HLOOK will work. Here I have pasted. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I will just try to I will select this. You can see the note here. To convert for applying HLOOKUP for this table, it will be converted into rows as columns and columns as rows. In this way we are going to convert it. For converting in our table as this, we need to follow this step. To convert rows into columns, select the row, press Ctrl C to copy, right click the blank cell, paste the select paste special in the transpose paste. If we select, we can see our table in this format. This table we are going to consider to apply our HLOOKUP. Okay, we will try to apply transpose paste on this. We have selected this. Click copy and select a cell, right click it, paste special, and this go to transpose. if you paste using this option, yeah, you can see our table. Yeah, we have converted this. Yeah, for this we will try to apply our HLOOKUP. So for HLOOKUP, our criteria is this: we need to find executive name who has taken the order on a particular date. We need to find the executive name of an order taken on a particular date. So on a particular date, we will consider a particular date. On that particular date, which executive have taken the order, that has to be found out. Okay, for this, as we have seen earlier, our table array should have the lookup value range as the first column or as the first row. In this case, it should be the first row. In VLOOKUP, it has to be the first column. So we will see the formula first. Yeah, this is our formula. Our lookup value is present in the cell I16. This I16 date has to be looked up in the table range. That is, that date has to be found out. At that particular date, what has to be found next? The executive name. So where is the executive? Yeah, here is the executive. No. Now we will see the formula J5. Yeah, J5. This is J5. J5 is to M7. This is M. M5, M6, M7. So J5 to M7 we have selected, means from this cell to this cell we have selected. Next is, we need to specify the particular row index number, that is, where is the executive? Yeah, executive is present as the third row. That's why 3 and 0 for the index. We will type here the formula HLOOKUP, tab space, lookup value where it is present in the cell, comma, what is our table array? This is our table array. The order date should be included as the first column, and what we need to find, executive name, that is present in the third. In this case, it is row. We have selected, put comma, then executive name is present in the third row, so 3, comma, the match, which kind of match you need. Click enter. Okay, so we have got the same result. For this also, we can apply the other method what we used for VLOOKUP. Go to the formula tab, select HLOOKUP. Here take the lookup value. Here lookup value is present, and lookup array you select. This is our lookup array. Next, the cell number, that is 3. Executive name is present in 3rd. Okay, now click OK. Yeah, you can see the same results. So in both the methods, which method you want, you can apply. And here also we have used dynamic drop downs. You can see the changes. If you take a different date, you can see the corresponding executive who have taken the orders on the particular dates. That list you can see it dynamically, as we have used the dynamic drop downs. For this, you can see our previous videos how to create dynamic drop downs like this. Fine. We have taken one more HLOOKUP formula that is applied for one more criteria. Find the payment paid on a particular date. So here we will consider a particular date, or on that particular date what is the payment paid that has to be found. So this is our scenario. For this we are going to apply HLOOKUP formula. So I-20, so our lookup value is present in I-20 cell, and the range we have mentioned here. This is the row number 7, 0. This is our formula to find the payment paid on a particular date. What is the difference? How it is different from count? Yeah, both the count functions will count the number of cells which satisfies the criteria, or what all the cells we have selected, those will be counted. Yeah, that we can say. Yeah. See the definition. The XLOOKUP function returns the count of the cells that contains numbers, text, logical values, error values, and empty text also be counted in COUNTA. Means count all values. A for all values. The only thing it does don't count is the empty cell. Count does not count empty cell. Please note the difference between empty text and a empty cell. Empty text will contain a text, that is white space. If the cell contains white space, a single white space, that is also be counted in COUNTA function. Empty cell means no value. No value is typed, it is blank. That is called as empty cell. So only this cell will not be counted in COUNTA. Whereas count will count only the numeric values like the date, negative integers or positive integers, or decimal values, fractional values, like these time values. All these numeric values, based on numeric values, those cells will be counted. Only those cells will be counted. Whereas in count all function, the logical values will also be counted. If the cell contains error values, even that cell will be counted. So this is the difference. So we will see the difference now. Let's get in. Yeah, I have a column. Yeah, column 1 you can see here. See, this is the column that have various values. Okay, this a cell is having text, this cell is having a white space. Remember, that's why you have a note here, contains one space value. Okay, this contains one white space. This is a numeric value. Again, this is a text, this is a text, this is a numeric value. Yeah, let's try to check now. I will change this to some kind of error. Let's see, will it count this cell? These are the formulas now. This is our count which we have seen already. This is the column is present in I column, that this column 1. So our formula contains I24 to I33. So these are the cells we have considered, I24 to I33. Yeah, we have 9 cells here, I24 to I33. And next, yeah, here also the formula, the range is same. We will see how many cells we have taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So totally 10 cells we have taken. In the 10 cells our count is 9, as this is a empty cell, whereas this is counted and this is also counted. The white space is also counted, so the value is 9. Only this cell is not taken into the count. Here only the numeric values it has counted. We will check 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. So we have 5 values, so the value is 5.